So what is up amigos? Hope you're doing awesome. My name is Maddie and welcome back to my channel. In Kannada, we have a phrase, Nachke, Mana, Maryade, shame, self-respect, dignity. And then there's another phrase, Muru Bittavaru, a term for someone who has completely let go of all of it. That's exactly how the makers of Hara Veera Mallu seem to have approached this film. No shame in giving fans a broken, lifeless product. No self-respect in presenting a half-hearted version of a story that deserved passion. And no dignity in releasing it under the name of a superstar like Pawan Kalyan. Because if even a little bit of dignity remained, this film wouldn't have been allowed to see the light of day. When Hara Veera Mallu was first announced, it came with promises of grandeur. A period drama, a rebel hero, a historic backdrop. The combination of Pawan Kalyan and director Krish raised expectations. Over the years, fans waited patiently through countless delays, believing that the time was being used to create something worthwhile. But what eventually released is not just underwhelming, it is insulting. It's not the delay that hurts, it's the fact that despite all that time, the result feels rushed, uncared for, and shockingly empty. Now, before we get into the details of this film, I would like to humbly appeal to all of you. Please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon. It helps me, supports me, and encourages me to make more such content and bring you more honest reviews, opinions, analysis, insights, and all things cinema. Now, the story follows Veera Mallu, a skilled rebel warrior who is given a mission to infiltrate the Mughal Empire and steal the legendary Kohinoor diamond. Set against a historical backdrop, the film traces his journey through royal palaces, political dangers, and the obstacles he faces as he gets closer to completing his task. Now, the film pretends to be a grand epic, but it only wears the costume of one. The production design feels like a poorly staged school drama. The visuals have no depth, the CGI is unpolished, and the camera work lacks any vision. Everything looks artificial and not in a stylized way, in a very careless way. There is no atmosphere, no immersion. The sets, the lighting, the compositions, none of it draws you in. It's all superficial, as if they knew the audience would accept anything so long as it looked big in posters. Now, Pawan Kalyan is not just a big star. He's a performer with presence, with impact, and with a fan base that trusts him. But in this film, he's left stranded. His expressions look blank, his movements feel mechanical, and his voice sounds disconnected from the soul of the character. It's not his fault. The film doesn't give him a real character to play. He's just there walking through the scenes, mouthing forgettable dialogues and pretending to care. This is not how you treat an actor of this stature. It's disrespectful not just to him, but to the legacy he carries too. Now, the biggest problem with Hara Veera Mallu is its writing. There is no story that holds your attention. There is no emotional thread that pulls you in. Characters appear and disappear without meaning. Events happen without impact. The dialogues are dull and lifeless. There is no intelligence, no depth, no message. For a film set in such a rich historical context, the screenplay does nothing to engage or provide thought. It's not even bad in an entertaining way. It's simply lazy, as if the makers assumed the audience wouldn't care as long as it had action and costumes. Talking about the cast, Bobby Deol plays Aurangzeb, but the role is barely written. He arrives, he stares, and leaves, adding nothing to the plot or to the film's tension. Nidhi Agarwal, Nargis Fakhri, and others are reduced to background decorations. Satyaraj, a veteran, is barely visible. Nobody has an arc, nobody has a purpose. It's as if the casting was done just to fill a poster, not to tell a story. Talent has been completely wasted, not because they performed badly, but because the script gave them nothing to work with. Now, a film of this scale demands tight technical work. Here, everything is inconsistent. The editing is abrupt. The scenes cut in and out without any rhythm. The fight sequences are filled with slow motion but no intensity. The action is choreographed like a stage play, not a movie. Even M.M. Keeravani's music, which I love, which should have been the film's backbone, feels ordinary here. There are moments when the background score tries to rise, but it's forced to work with the visuals and emotions that simply aren't there. No amount of music can save a lifeless scene. Now, the real issue here is not just this film, it's the message it sends. Big films with big names are starting to treat the audiences like fools. They believe grandeur can cover up hollowness. They believe star power is enough to sell trash. Remember Game Changer? And that's dangerous because the more we accept it, the more they'll keep feeding us mediocrity. Hara Veera Mallu is a result of that arrogance, the belief that fans will clap even when there's nothing to clap for. That belief needs to be broken. This was not just a disappointing film, it was an act of disrespect to fans, to the actor, to cinema itself. No film is perfect, I agree, but some films at least try. This one doesn't even try. It is made with no love, no effort, and no sense of responsibility. When people with money and power lose their nachke, their mana, and their maryade, this is what they create. A film that looks down on the very audience that gave them everything. Hara Veera Mallu should not have been released in this state. And if this is what big budget Telugu cinema is becoming, then we have a serious problem. It's time for accountability, not just from filmmakers, but from all of us who continue to watch without questioning. If you liked this video, do like, share, and comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. My next video would be the review of the Kannada film Sue from So, which has already released today. There are paid previews in different cities and I have booked my ticket already. The trailer looked very promising and I am very excited to watch this film and talk about it. So stay tuned to the channel. You take good care of yourself, stay awesome, and bye-bye.